It's Friday. That's right. I'm CJ. Welcome back to FTM Transtastic, all you people who went nowhere, and also welcome back to me, who went somewhere for a while, but here I am. And I am a week late because I'm talking about last week's topic because, well, that's just who I am as a person, really. That's just where I live. So, for those of you who don't know, hello, my name is CJ. I am the granddaddy of the channel. I live in London. I have a French bulldog called Tiggy. I'm a writer, and my handle on everything is they singular. So, hello, old friends, if you are old friends, and hello, new people who have probably been around unloyal and way more active than I've ever been, but cool. Hi. This week, well, last week, people were talking about relationships. Sort of relationships before transition and then after transition. And weirdly, I have something to contribute to that this week. Now, about 2 years ago, probably, maybe even a little bit more, I made a video about how happy I was being single and all of that good stuff. And about a year ago, maybe like 6 months ago, I wrote an article about how happy I was to be single and childless and to be in my 30s and to be independent. And I still think those things. I still think that it's okay to want to be in your 30s and just live life on your terms and do the stuff that you want to do. However, I have also become somewhat a traitor to my own cause and have started dating somebody who is wonderful and who I like very much. But I am in a different place because this is also really, for somebody who I spent quite a lot of my 20s in long-term or important relationships, and then spent the next 6 or 7 years running really fast and really far away from that. And so now I find myself here, but everything is different. I'm different. And I think that's the thing of the last time I was in a relationship with somebody, the gender issues were very much up in the air, did not know what was going on, didn't know what to do with them, couldn't work out how to make it work. Make us work? Wow, said a whole mouthful there. But in general, just couldn't really get to a point where it felt like something that I could be capable of doing or able to do, or it just felt kind of alien. And I grew up, like my family, my parents have been married next year, they've been married for 50 years, and my mum was 21 when she got married, and my dad was 26. Yeah, my dad was 26 when he got married. And, like, none of those have felt like numbers that I've ever been remotely near being able to, like, comprehend. I split up with my gender from 21. So the idea of still being romantically involved with somebody is a little bit of an alien concept. In terms of, like, pre-transition, post-transition, I'm lucky that the person that I'm seeing is they're non-binary. And that means that there are a lot of things that... not that we don't have to talk about, but that I don't feel uncomfortable bringing up. Because I know that gender is something that they've thought about, and I know that it's something that's not like a totally alien concept to them to talk about. And I'll be honest, like, that makes everything so much better. I'm a big proponent of talk. Those of you who've been around and been subjected to my many waffles will know that that's maybe the truest thing I've ever said. But talking is a good thing to do, and if you're going to have any kind of relationship with someone, I think like the ground level really needs to just be like, how comfortable do you feel talking to them and with them, and sharing the sorts of things that like matter to you. I think that's like a vitally important way to work out if what you're doing feels like authentic for you, or if it feels like something that you want to be doing. And if you don't, then maybe that's also like a bit of a red flag. And I've actually found like dating post-transition really freeing. There are things that I don't need to, I guess because I'm really upfront about being a trans person, because there's not really any other way for me to live. Like, I spend my life as an out vocal trans person. It means that that baggage comes with me. And I don't say baggage in like a bad way. It's essentially like my check-in luggage. Of just like, hello, here's my stack of gender issues, let's deal with those. Or not, you know, and I think that's also important. It wouldn't be fair for me to be in a relationship with somebody who was freaked out or couldn't handle it, because we'd both be having a terrible time. And I'm a lot more invested in me having a good time, I will admit, but I do, sometimes the hero complex makes me want to save other people from me. The major difference really between being in a relationship now versus being in one, 10 years ago, because I'm old enough to be able to have those fields of reference, is the fact that I feel so much more comfortable talking about what I want. I don't apologise for that. I don't apologise for being selfish in a relationship. Because I feel like it's that thing of then somebody knows, like, if I'm there, it's because I 100% want to be there. And that's essentially what I want back from the person that I'm with as well, is that I want to be able to, like, know that if we're in it, then we're in it. And if we're not in it, then that's fine too. But then we need to both be on the same page. I've talked quite a lot about how I don't really respond to the way that people prioritise romantic relationships over non-romantic relationships, or like sexual relationships over other ones, because all have their merits. And, I'm very much of the camp of, like, you have to kind of experiment and know what works for you. And some of that involves just really testing yourself to see what it feels like to be open, and what it feels like to kind of have an experience with another person where you feel like you can engage with them as a full human being. And I guess that's been the biggest difference with, not post-transition, because I don't know where I am in transition, because, my God, that's a conversation for another day. But I do definitely feel like I am in a place where I am out and open, and they are out and open with me, and it feels good. It feels good. Which I think even 2 years ago would have felt completely unmanageable. Yeah, so I guess if I was to talk to, like, former me about dating, I'd be like, don't be in such a rush. Don't let it define anything about you. Don't get so caught up on, like, who or what or the whys, because I think if it's coming for you, if the person's coming for you, then they're gonna come for you, and you kind of just have to go with the flow on it. So I wanted just to check in, say hi. I've done those things. Talk about relationships. I've also done those things. I am CJ. I will talk to you next week, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back.